Okay. So for those who just are arriving, I'm recording, but it's only me because I've pinned myself to the top, so you don't have to worry. So I'm going to stay close to the computer because we have maybe one student who will be joining us in a few minutes. If you have a cushion or a blanket that you like to sit on, that can be helpful for helping to get a little bit of a curve in the lower back. And I'll just show you what I mean. I happen to have a cushion here, thanks to my dog. So you can sit in Sukhasana or Siddhasana, where you have your feet just under your shins. And if you sit on the edge of the, oh, well, that's not going to work because the dog wants it. If you sit on the edge of the pillow, you can tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. You can also take your hands up on fingertips on either side of your hips. And if you, I'll just turn to the side so you can see me. If you lift your hips and then draw them back a little bit and press them back down to the earth and then lift the heart, you get a little bit of a curve in the lower back. And what this does is it creates some spaciousness so that you can lengthen and already begin to allow the prana to flow through your body. So find your seat. And now DDA is coming right from his car, so take a moment to settle into the space of the yogi. Begin to soften the outer body. You can take your hands and place them palm facing down, just above the knees, just so that your elbows come right below the shoulder. You can close your eyes or keep them soft. Soft means that you're not focusing too strongly on any one point. And by keeping the eyes soft or closed, this allows us in our practice to look through the lens of the heart. So just begin to find your way to this space, to this moment, drawing breath in through the nose, slowly all the way to the top of the breath, and then pausing and exhaling and allowing all of that energy to flow back through your whole being. Inhaling and exhaling. For this evening's class, I thought we could do a theme of new beginnings. Each time we come to our mat is a new beginning and a new opportunity to invite the energy, the intention that we wish not only for our practice of yoga on the mat, but for a life off of the mat as well. And especially coming into this new year of 2021, this is a time of new beginnings. After a particularly challenging year, it's nice to reflect and think about the energy that we want to invite into our practice. So as you're settling and softening into this space of the yogi, I invite you to imagine the energy or the intention that you'd like to bring into this new year and into your practice this evening. And hold that in the space of the heart. And breathe. As you're sitting and finding that space of readiness to begin the practice, I invite you to, still keeping the eyes soft or closed, begin to take your head in circles. If you need to open them to see what I'm doing, I'm going to do the practice with you since it's in a different language. So I'm taking my head and just rolling it in slow circles in one direction. Just a few times to begin easing the tension in the upper body, the shoulders, the neck. And then coming back to center, to neutral space, take and turn the head in the other direction a few times. And if you find that your body wants to move with your head, please follow your heart's desire. Coming back to center, we're going to inhale and lift the shoulders up and then draw them back and down as we exhale. Shoulders up and back a few times. My body always likes to rock a little bit like a wave. And I do this. And then we switch directions again. So we inhale back and up and exhale forward and down. So in Anusara yoga, we try to create balance. So if we move in one direction, we're going to move in the other direction. If we do the left side, we also do the right. And for difficult sequences, it's nice that we only have one left and one right. So only have to do it 2 times. You know what's coming. And then return to center. And we're going to take I'll mirror you for this beginning. I don't see anyone joining yet. So I'm going to scoot back to my mat so that you can see me. And I'm going to take my left foot. I'm going to mirror you. So what I'm doing is the side that you'd like to do. But if you do the other side, that's also fine. So I'm tucking my left foot behind my left hip. My right foot comes in to touch the left knee. And then I'm going to physically turn my thigh and draw my glute out to the side so that I can root my left hip down into the earth. So you're really rooted, setting up that foundation so that you can open to that heart's desire that you're inviting into your practice. So take the right hand behind, the left hand to the outside of the right knee. And we start with a gentle twist. Inhale and lengthen, grow tall through the crown of the head. And on the exhale, turn to look behind you, starting at the torso, then the shoulders, and then your gaze, your drishti. And breathe in this space. Each inhalation can be an opportunity to lengthen and create space. And each exhalation is an opportunity to deepen the twist. On an inhale, you're going to turn back to the center. We have Noreen is joining us. So we're turning back to the center in our twist and taking the right hand a little bit closer to the hip. So you can see me from the side. We're going to take our left arm with the palm facing up in front. And on an inhalation, you're going to lift off the earth, drawing the hips forward and reaching behind you into a gentle back bend. And breathe in that space until you feel desire to come down. Welcome, Laureen. Can you hear me okay?
Hello, thank you.
Ça va, vous êtes là, Laureen?
Oui, merci.
Bienvenue, welcome. I'm marieke. We're just doing a gentle twist, so you're right in time. And we're going to switch to the other side now. So I'm mirroring everyone, Laureen. So I'm taking my right foot behind my hip and tucking the left foot into my right knee. And then I'm going to take and draw my glute. Roll that space so that my hip can root down to the earth. So both sitting bones are really connected to the earth. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. And then the left hand comes behind. So you're already in a twist. And then as you inhale, lengthen and grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhale and turn. Beginning at the torso, the shoulders, and then the gaze follows. And breathe in the space, each inhalation lengthening, each exhalation can deepen the twist. Then returning to center, so you're going to keep that back hand behind you, but walk it in a little closer to your hip. Take the front arm, palm facing up, and inhale, lift up the earth, reaching behind for your heart's desire, that energy you want to bring into your practice, and drawing the hips forward. And breathe, and as you're ready, we'll lower the hips back down to the earth. We're going to come back to Sukhasana or Siddhasana for one more moment. So Siddhasana with the feet under the shins. You're up on the outer edges of the feet, or you can tuck your feet in as well for Sukhasana. And then taking the hands on fingertips on either side. I'm going to take the left hand palm facing up and inhale and stretch to the side. Staying rooted, both hips down for a deep stretch. Inhaling to lengthen the side body and exhaling to fold. And then inhale and switch sides. It's really fun seeing everyone's arms waving. They're like individual little ripples on a pond. All unique and beautiful, each reaching for a different beautiful intention. And then come and return back to center. And then we're going to come to table pose. And so I'll start by facing you and set up our foundation and table. So we place the hands about shoulder width apart, with the fingers spread wide. The creases in the wrist should line up with the short end of the mat. And I'll show you from the side. Knees hip width apart. In Anusara, we curl the toes under, but you can take them flat if that speaks to you. And then we're going to engage the core, drawing the core towards the back to create a neutral spine. And for a moment, settle into this space, soften between the shoulders. And then on an inhalation, we move through cow and cat. So we tilt the pelvis forward, widening the sitting bones, and bringing the gaze forward. Stretching the core. And on an exhalation, tuck the tailbone under and round the back. And you take your drishti, your gaze between the feet. Add a kiss. Come on, go lie down. Go lie down. Following your own breath and your own rhythm. Inhaling towards cow and exhaling for cat. Just beginning to move a little bit more and stretch some of the bigger muscles in the body. Then returning back to center, to table pose, we're going to move into a modified side plank. So I'm going to take my left foot off the mat at a 45-degree angle, and the right leg comes to stretch long. So the outer edge of my right foot is lined up with the short end of the mat, and I already want to open and lift my right arm up to the sky, reaching for that heart desire, that new beginning that you want to invite into your practice, your life. It's within your reach. Draw the throat back and turn to look up at the lifted hands. Inhale and open the heart. On the exhale, we're going to come back to table, and you're going to take the arm that was lifted, and weave it between the left hand and the left knee. So I'll face you, so that you come to rest on the side of your head, and your arm is reaching through so you can open the upper body and breathe into that space, just beginning to open. Just make sure. Beautiful. And for a deeper stretch, you can reach your arm a little farther. You can test your limit and see what feels good for you. You can always ease off if that feels like too much. And then on an inhalation, return to center. And we're going to take our modified side plank to the other side. So we're going to take the right foot off the mat at about 45 degrees. And then the left leg stretches long and we lift up to the sky, touching the universe with our fingertips, reaching for that heart desire. Each inhalation is an opportunity, and each exhalation, we can let go of something holding us back. On the next exhalation, lower back down to table and sweep that left arm between your right hand and your right knee. And breathe into the space behind your heart. In Tantra, we talk about the front of the body as the individual and the back of the body as the universal. So feel that the universe supporting you in your practice. On an inhalation, return to table pose. And we're going to walk our hands as wide as the mat. And then inhale and stretch the right leg long. And then the left, coming to plank pose, Palakasana. Draw your heart and your gaze forward. And then push your hands forward to draw your hips back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a full round of breath, settle into this new space. Maybe it's your first downward facing dog of the day and you might like to walk the dog. So this means bending one knee and lifting the heel and drawing the opposite heel down. Just beginning to wake up the dog a little bit, stretching the calf, the hamstring. And then returning to center. On an inhalation, sweep the body forward to plank pose. Take a full breath in and gaze forward with the heart, and then push back, downward facing dog. Inhale fully and exhale. And then on another inhalation, we sweep the body forward again to plank pose. Feel your core, those are the muscles just above the belly, and your thighs strong. And gaze forward and push back a second time. Third time, sweep the body forward, Palakasana. Firm the muscles in your legs, keep your legs straight and strong. And then push back to downward facing dog. And this time take your feet as wide as the mat. And you can try walking the dog with the wider stance and even drawing your hips from side to side. This helps to stretch the muscles in the inner groin as well, which can get pretty sore from all of that sitting that we do. And then walk the feet back to center. Bend the knees very deeply so they're almost touching the mat. Lift the shoulders a little bit. And place your gaze between your hands, and on an exhalation, you can hop or walk forward to Uttanasana to meet your hands. The hands can come up on fingertips. If your hamstrings are feeling tight, you can bend the knees a little bit and place the hands on your shins. Then draw the heart forward on an inhalation, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, release down, Uttanasana. Bring the hands to the hips, bend the knees, the shoulders roll onto the back, and we come to rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching all the way up for our heart's desire, clasping it between the hands and drawing it down into Anjali Mudra, that gesture of offering. Inhale the heart into the hands and release the hands down, Tadasana. check that your feet are hip width apart and parallel. Bend the knees, take the hands out to the sides, draw the shoulders onto the back, and inhale and lift the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, dive down to meet your feet in Uttanasana. Inhale, bring the heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. In dog, we're going to work with our core a little bit so that we can really solidify that intention. It's the center of our being. So we're going to inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, rocking forward and pause. Inhale, the right leg rises up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, rise up. And this is a little tricky. We're going to exhale, knee to the right elbow, and then the left elbow, and then straighten and stretch the leg all the way through. So I'm going to face you. Atticus, move. So your right foot, you're up on the outer edge of the right foot, and you come to the inner edge of the left foot so that you can reach up in a twisted side plank, like a reverse side plank. Keeping the hips tall, reaching all the way up. And I'm just going to come and check and make sure everybody's doing okay. Did that make sense, Anne? Okay, just checking because a husky completely blocked me. Beautiful, really gorgeous. Keep your head lifted, hips lifted, beautiful. So you're not collapsing in the neck. You okay, Beatrice? Ça va?
Yes, I am okay.
It's a little bit of a tricky one the first time you do it because you don't know what's happening, but it's going to make it really easy on the other side because you're like, I know what's happening. Sometimes it's good to know what's coming. Beautiful. And yeah, anytime you want to come into downward facing dog, to child's pose or dog and rest is totally fine. So we're going to come and we're back to downward facing dog and do this on the other side. I'm going to stay here. So find your way back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. And on an inhalation, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, rise up one more time. And exhale, knee to left elbow, right elbow, and then extend straight through, coming up on the outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right foot, and rise up. Keeping the head lifted, the hips lifted. Breathe and reach with intensity for your heart's desire. You're gonna really want it sometime. And then exhale and come back down, downward facing dog. Bend the knees and exhale and walk forward. Hands, Uttanasana. Maybe feeling some more vibration, some more heat in this practice. Inhale, bring the heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, fold. And just breathe for a moment. Allow your breath and your spirit and your heart to catch up with your physical body. And allow gravity to draw you down into Paripurna Uttanasana, a full reverent bow to your practice, to your heart's desire. Bend the knees, release the hands to your hips. Shoulders come onto the back and rise up. Urdhva Hastasana. Reach all the way up. Grab your desire between your hands and draw it down to your heart. And release your hands down. Coming back to Tadasana. Coming back to your heart. Remembering that intention for your practice, for your year. And taking the hands to the sides, feet hip width apart and parallel. We're going to inhale and draw that intention all the way up to the sky. Exhale, between the hands, draw it down to the heart. Releasing the hands, inhale, sweep them up to the sky. Inhaling your heart's desire, drawing it between the hands and down to the heart. Release the hands, and one more time, inhale. Drawing all of that intention all the way up and holding it between the hands and bringing it down to the heart. And for a moment, pause and bow to your heart. Bow to that unique expression that's you. It's already perfect. We just sometimes have to do a lot of yoga to get through all those layers, to find ourselves where we are. And release the hands down. So we're going to move through a few sun salutations and keep warming up the body. And if at any time you feel a desire, please come into child's pose. And if you have questions, don't forget, I'm here for you. So coming to Uttanasana, or coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. That space of readiness. Inhale. And sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive down to meet your feet, to meet your foundation. Inhale the heart forward, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step back to plank pose. Draw the heart and the gaze forward. And then exhale, lower down. You can hover above the earth or already come to rest. Take the tops of the feet flat and rock your hips from side to side. This takes the inner thigh up to the sky and puts your legs into alignment with your hips. And then place the hands by the lower ribs. Roll the shoulders onto the back and firm your core so you're lifting up a little bit already. And then draw with your hands your heart forward and up for cobra. This can be a baby cobra, a baby bhujangasana. And inhale, draw the throat back. Then curl the toes under, push back again to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep breath in and exhale and find yourself in downward facing dog. Then bending the knees, gaze between your hands, and you can hop or walk forward to meet your hands in Uttanasana. The hands can come to the shins, bring the heart forward, tilting the pelvis as well to widen the sitting bone. So you get a little curve in the lower back. You can bend the knees as well, then that can help you get a bit of a curve. Exhale, lower down. And take your right hand to the left elbow, face you here. Left hand to the right elbow. And allow gravity to draw your head and your neck gently down. And you can create a little swing. And just rock from side to side, gently. It can take several seconds for the muscles in the body, each time we come into a new pose, to relax so that we can deepen into that space and get the full benefit of each asana. Allow yourself to settle. Then release the hands to your hips, bend the knees, draw the shoulders onto the back, and rise up. Urdhva Hastasana. The hands come to Anjali Mudra, the heart center. And moves down. Ça va? Vous allez bien? Is everything okay for everybody? You're still with me? Okay. We're going to come back to Tadasana. And inhale and sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, draw yourself all the way down to Uttanasana. Inhale the heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale and step the left leg back to runner's lunge. And pause for a moment. Make sure that the right knee is bending just above the ankle and turning out a little bit towards the pinky toe. So it's not collapsing into the center of the mat. And you can come up on fingertip. Bring the heart forward. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, step the right leg back to plank pose. And here you have a choice. You can come to downward facing dog, or you can move through vinyasa, chaturanga, bhujangasana, and meet back in downward facing dog. You want a little more. We all meet together in downward facing dog. And then when you're back in dog, we bring the left foot forward for runner's lunge on the other side. Taking a moment to set that foundation. In Anusara, we talk about 6 principles. And I've been talking a little bit about the first, which is the foundation. So that's the points of our body that connect us to the earth and help to hold us up. So here, another principle is called muscular energy. So if you energetically can draw your feet together, you'll feel a firming in the muscles in your leg, and you can even lift off the earth a little bit and maybe not feel too unsteady. It helps you to have that strong foundation so that you can then lift off the earth to reach your infinite capacity. So we're going to step the right foot forward, step the left leg back again. So here we come to runner's lunge on the right side, a second time. Draw the feet together energetically. That means that they're staying in one place, that they're moving towards each other. And lift up the earth. And come to rise up just with the arms on either side. And just notice for a moment what's happening in your body. You want to bend the front knee so that it's coming just above the ankle, and try to root your weight through that back heel. Draw your core to the center. Reach the arms forward in parallel, and draw the shoulders onto the back, and sweep the arms up into high lunge. As you inhale, you can reach for your heart's desire, and exhale, settle into that space of high lunge, maybe even taking a little bit of a back bend. Don't forget to breathe. Each inhalation is an opportunity. And we're going to touch the hands down, step back, and you can bring the left foot forward for runner's lunge on the other side. Draw the feet together and rise up. The arms come forward, the shoulders come onto the back, and lift up, high lunge. Inhale, reach for the sky, and exhale, settle into the pose. If you notice yourself collapsing forward, draw the core towards your back, engaging now muscles, and breathe. Exhale, touch down. And again, I'm going to bring the right leg forward, runner's lunge. And we're gonna build on this a little bit more. So, you already know you can lift up, and you can sweep the arms up for high lunge. Now we're going to take the arms out to cactus. So there, I'll face you here. So your arms are out to the side, bend at the elbows. And in this space, you can draw the elbows down and forward to open the heart. So your palms are facing up. Maybe your gaze comes to look up as well. Inhaling, remembering your heart's desire and drawing it through your being. Then on an exhale, you're going to touch the left hand down to the earth and open to the right side for a twist. Ça va, Béatrice?
Oh, ma connexion n'est pas bonne et donc j'ai perdu complètement le.
Oh non,
j'ai perdu.
On va te retrouver.
Donc,
oui.
Tant pis.
Pour moi, quand ça arrive, et pour le reste du monde, si vous voulez come to child's pose for a moment, and we can save Béatrice without.
Je suis désolée, franchement, non, vous
Non, mais ça
continuez.
va. Moi, ce que je fais est que j'arrête le vidéo. Alors, toi, si tu arrêtes le vidéo pour toi,
Ok, je
ça
vais
peut
rester avec
être, comme ça, je ne te vois pas, mais ça peut aider la connexion un peu.
D'accord, ok.
On verra si ça aide.
On va voir, oui, si ça marche.
Et c'est pas grave, tu es toujours là et ça, c'est déjà
Oui,
bon.
oui. It
C'est
doesn't
il y a la
work
technologie.
morning, this
Voilà.
evening.
Oui.
Sorry.
Ça
C'est
va?
difficile.
Ça va tout le monde? Anne, ça va? Oui, ok. J'espère. Okay. So now we moved through that. We've got our cactus arms and we've done our twist. We're going to come back down and switch to the other side. So we come now to the left foot comes forward.
Marieke, on ne te voit plus à l'écran.
Oui.
On ne te voit plus à l'écran, en fait, on voit l'écran de Béatrice.
Ah!
Voilà,
Ah
c'est
bon?
bon. Là, c'est bon, ça va.
Ça va? Ok. On peut, you can mute your mic just in case. That can help also.
C'est bon.
Ok, ça va. Voilà. So we come back. We're going to come into a high lunge. And root down into the foundation so that we can open our hearts and lift up. Then take the arms out to the side for cactus pose. Draw the elbows down and forward so that you can open your heart for a little back bend. And then from here, you take the right hand and place it just beneath your chin and open and twist to the left. Keep breathing, keep that back leg straight and strong. Beautiful, really good. Keep rooting down into the big mounds under your toe as well, so that you don't lose that connection to the earth. Then touch down, step the back foot up to meet the front in Uttanasana. Hands up on fingertips, you bring the hands to the shins and inhale the heart forward. And then exhale and fold. Hands up on fingertips.
Marieke,
Oui.
moi, tu as changé quelque chose au niveau du son parce que moi, je t'entends beaucoup moins bien là depuis la pause.
Oh no. Maybe I need to just talk louder. Ça va mieux?
Oui, ça va mieux. Enfin, je sais pas si c'est juste moi. Hein.
Non, ça peut être que j'ai diminué ma voix, je ne sais pas.
Ça marche. Non, le son est fragmenté. Moi, j'ai plus. Enfin, c'est très. L'image s'arrête, le son est fragmenté. Ah, c'est pas grave, faut continuer, faut terminer. C'est pas grave. Never mind.
C'est un pratique. On va se débrouiller. Voilà, okay. Uttanasana, hands up on fingertips. We're going to walk the hands first to one side. So I'm coming to the...
Marieke,
Ça va? Vous m'entendez?
Béatrice enlève son son. Je ne vois plus. Béatrice, tu dois enlever ton son.
And then we walk back to the center and the other side, and this allows us to stretch the side body.
On voit rien, on ne voit pas l'écran, Marieke.
You don't see me?
Non. Ah, voilà, c'est bon là.
Moi, je l'ai épinglé et ça marche.
Là, ça marche.
Let me make sure I'm connected to a faster internet than our normal, so it should normally be okay. You can see my screen okay?
Yes.
Vous me voyez? Okay. Okay. Oh. On va continuer. Coming back to center. Take the hands to the hips and we're going to rise up for Urdhva Bringing the hands back to the heart center. So we release back down to Tadasana. So it's going to have us move through another sequence. But let me know if for some reason the connection is not good or you don't see me. So we're going to start in Tadasana. Feet hip width apart and parallel. And then inhale. The arms come to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. We exhale and dive down, Uttanasana. Inhale, bring the heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step the left leg back, runner's lunge. I'm going to lift up, sweep the arms up for high lunge. I'm just going to turn so that you can see my left side. So here we are, high lunge with the right leg forward. You're going to open the arms to the side and lower the left heel and come to warrior two. So gazing out over the right hand, but also anchoring our weight towards the back body. Breathe in the space. Remembering your intention and that sometimes it takes a warrior inside of you to remember your heart's desire and to reach for it. Take your back hand to rest on the thigh, the front hand, palm facing up, and reach back to reverse your warrior. Inhale at the heart, exhale, deepen the pose. On an inhale, come back to warrior two. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to settle into the pose. Straighten the front leg and you're going to turn the feet parallel, bring the hands to the hips. So we come to a wide-legged stance, Prasarita Uttanasana. And to check that you don't want your legs too wide apart. So you bring your arms up and out to the side. And you imagine that you have a connection between your wrists and your ankle. That's about as wide as you want to go. You can go shorter as well. But too wide and you lose that stability from the foundation. So we're going to take our hands to our hips. And inhale and lift the heart. And exhale and bow forward halfway. So it's like a wide-legged Uttanasana. Hands up on fingertips. Inhale, draw the heart forward, and exhale, fold. You can turn the hands to face your back body and walk them behind you for a deeper stretch. And breathe. Just taking a moment to allow your hamstrings to relax a little bit. And then slowly walking the hands back to center. You're going to turn and draw the heels in so that your toes are pointing out to the side at a diagonal. Bring the hands to the hips and rise up and reach your arms up and out to the side for star pose. This is a gesture where you take all of that intention from the center of your being and you reach it and shine it out. Sharing your intention with the universe, sharing your vibration. And then on an exhale, we bring the hands to the center. You can step back to bring the feet parallel. And for a moment, just allow the body to just move in a gentle flow. Just to release some of that muscular energy, all of that drawing in that we've been doing, to allow for some organic, some softening. And then we come to center. We're going to come to a wide stance again. And we're going to turn now and do the left side. So we're going to turn the heel in and the toes out. So we come so that the left heel, you can draw a line all the way back to the center of your right foot. Turn the hands out to the side and exhale and bend into warrior two. Fingers spread wide. Feel that strength of the warrior, that strength of your intention. And take the right hand to rest on your thigh, left hand palm facing up, and inhale to reverse your warrior. Keep bending into the front knee even as you reach towards the back body. And on an inhalation, come back to warrior two for a moment. We're going to take our right arm and sweep it forward, and at the same time come off the back right heel to come back to high lunge on the other side. Breathe in the space, maybe even coming into a little bit of a back bend. And then you can bring your hands to heart center and step forward back to Uttanasana. And release the hands down. Taking a moment to settle, allow all that vibration to settle for a moment. Bend the knees, check that your feet are hip width apart and parallel. And come to a place of readiness. The outer body is soft, but that intention and the inside center of your being is still strong. And just breathe for a moment, keeping the eyes soft. Allowing yourself to just be present for a moment. On an inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down to meet the feet in Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, step the left leg back, runner's lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up, high lunge on the right side. I'm going to take the arms again out to cactus pose and draw the elbows forward, opening the heart. Then bringing the hands to the heart. You're going to place your weight into the front foot. You can set the back foot up a little bit and then lift off. Finding a spot to focus your gaze on the earth. Take a moment to settle. Your foundation is now your right foot holding you tethered to the earth. In warrior three, you can bring your arms out to the side. Keep that lifted leg firm and engaged and straight and strong. And keep breathing. Then bending the front knee, you're going to slowly draw the back knee forward, but without touching the earth. You're going to face here. Bring the knee in front. Foot is flexed, fingers or toes spread wide. Your hands can stay in Anjali Mudra or come to your hips. And we're going to slowly bend the right knee and cross the left leg over the right. So we're setting up for Garudasana, eagle pose. So take a moment to find yourself where you are, drawing your left foot to press against your right shin. So you're hugging that energy into the center, and that's giving you stability. And then bringing your arms forward. Cross your right arm under the left and bend at the elbows, and draw the right hand to press into the left hand. Feel that vibration of all of that life force moving through you, drawing your intention all the way to the center of your being. And for a moment, bow forward. Then inhale, lift up and release. And just open the arms up and wide. And release down. Coming back to Tadasana. Inhale with the heart. Exhale, release. And allow your breath and your body and your spirit to all come together again in this space. On an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. And then the right hand will clasp the left hand. And inhale to lengthen, and then exhale. Just bow to the side. And inhale back to center and switch sides. So the left hand clasps the right wrist. And then we bend to the left side. Releasing some of that tension from the intensity of the sequence. Before we switch and we do the other side. We come back to center, release the hands down. And we're going to do this final sequence, and then we'll start cooling down and coming towards a short meditation before Shavasana. So we come back to mountain pose. Release the knees, release the tension, open the heart. Remember your heart's desire as you inhale and sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale. Dive down to meet your feet in Uttanasana. Inhale the heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step the right leg back, runner's lunge. Draw the feet together energetically and lift up, high lunge. Bring the arms out to the side, cactus. Elbows down and forward. Open the heart. Remember your heart. Remember your heart's desire. Hands come to heart center. Bowing forward, place your weight into your left foot and push off your right foot. Coming into warrior 3. You can lift your leg any amount. Keep the leg really strong. Foot flexed, toes spread wide. And maybe bring your arms out to the side to fly for a moment in warrior 3. Breathe and open the heart. And then exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Slowly bring your right leg forward so that the knee is lifted in front. You can bring the hands to the hips. You're going to bend your left knee. Find a point of focus to help you keep your foundation steady. And then slowly cross the right leg over the left, pressing the right foot into the outside of the left shin. We'll bring the arms forward and take the left arm under the right. Bend at the elbows. The right hand draws towards the heart and wraps around to find the right hand. As you inhale, lift the elbows, and exhale, bow to your heart. On an inhalation, rise up, release the hands down to the side. Whew. Take a full inhale through the nose and exhale. Whoosh. Really release your breath, even so that you can hear it. Inhaling through the nose and exhale. Send everything else away. Like we're inhaling that new beginning for 2021 and exhaling and releasing 2020 far behind. Now we're going to take and cross one foot over the other and just come to sit for a moment. We're coming into a gentler part of our practice. So we're going to do Ça va? Let's see. Okay. Okay. So we're going to come back to sit for a moment and do just another really gentle twist and cool down. So I'm going to take my right foot and tuck it just besides my left hip and cross the other foot over the knee. You can adjust your hips. You can actually draw your right hip out to the side so that you can have both hips really rooted to the earth. Then you're going to take your right arm and place the bicep just behind the elbow to the outside of the knee, and the left hand comes behind. So there's not quite as much space to twist, but that's okay because we're going to cool down, so we don't need a really deep twist. So as you inhale, press your elbow into the knee so that you can open the heart and twist. And breathe in the space. Feel yourself connected to the earth, connected to your heart. And then on an inhalation, return to the center, and we'll switch sides for another little twist. Left arm presses into the knee and pushes the heart open to the side for a twist. As you inhale, return to center and come to sit in the middle of the mat. You're going to stretch the legs long and lie all the way down onto your back. So I'm just watching, but it's a show. So here we are, lying down, so you can see. Yeah. And just for a moment, connect to the earth. Feel your heels, your palms, the back of your head. Feel the earth holding you up, supporting you in your practice. And then in an inhalation, draw your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your knees and rock from side to side. It gives you a little massage on your lower back to release some of the tension from the practice. And then returning to center, keep hugging your right knee into your chest and allow the left leg to come all the way down to the earth. Flex the foot and spread the toes wide. Then take your right arm out to the side, palm facing down. The left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, and you're going to draw the knee to the left. Continuing to look out over your right arm for a gentle twist. Breathe into the space behind the heart, connected to the earth. And on an inhale, return to center and release the right leg down. We draw the left knee into the chest and we do a twist on the other side. So now the right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. The left arm comes to rest on the earth and we draw the left knee across the body and gaze out over the left hand. Breathe into the heart. Exhale and allow the earth to hold you. Inhale, draw the left knee back to the center and release the legs down. Release the arms to your side. And we're going to do a full body stretch. So we're moving the left and the right side together. Create balance. On an inhalation, sweep the arms up and over the head. And you're going to reach with your arms and with your toes to stretch the whole body. Taking in full breath in the space and breathing here for as long as it feels nourishing for you. And then when you exhale, we sweep the arms back up and over to gently land at our side. Following the breath, we're going to do that 2 more times. Following your own rhythm, your own breath, your heart desire. After the 3rd exhalation, the arms come to rest at the side of the body. You're going to hug your knees into the chest and roll to your right side. And pause for a moment. And then very gently use your hands and come to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed or just soft so they're not focusing on anything too strongly. We're going to do a short meditation before we come to Shavasana. So for a moment, you can come into Sukhasana or Siddhasana. You can sit on a blanket or a little pillow. That helps you to create a little curve in the lower back. And allow yourself to settle. Just allowing the breath to come to a natural rhythm. Placing the hands palm facing down on the knees. As you inhale, feel the heart lift and the shoulders and throat draw back. And tuck the chin just a little bit. In Anusara yoga, the first phrase of our invocation that we sometimes sing at the start of class is Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. And this means, well, it means many things, but it can mean I bow to my inner teacher and I bow to the inward flow. Nama, similar to Namaste, which is that reverential bow. So for a few moments, I invite you to, inside, you can be still or you can chant the words Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namo Namaha. This draws the flow inside. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namo Namaha. 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 We bow to the inner flow, to the teacher within, to my heart desire. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namo Namaha. Keeping the eyes soft. Find your way to Shavasana. You need to open your eyes to find socks or something warm to keep that heat in your body as we come to rest in this time where we're not quite at the end of our practice, but we want to integrate all of that beautiful energy into every fiber of our being. So take your time to allow gentleness into the practice. Lie back for Shavasana. Settle. Laurine, ça va si tu veux faire le Shavasana, sinon ça va. Voilà. Je vais chanter une chanson qui s'agit du changement pour the new beginnings that we welcome into our practice. I am the change. I am the change. Together we are the change. Ana Altahira. Ana Altahira. Sawiyan. Nana Altahira. Nana Altahira. Change my life. I'm coming here. It's hard to change, but we have to change. We can change who we are. We can start a new life. We can start a new. I am the change. I am the change. Together we are the change. Ana Altahira. Ana Altahira. Sawiyan. Ana Altahira. Came here to find vanity, but they forgot about me. This life belongs to those who care. We can start all over. We can go from here. I am the change. I am the change. Together we are the change. Ana Altahira, Ana Altahira, Rawin, Ana Altahira. Ik ben de verandering. Samen zijn we de verandering. Je suis le changement. Je suis le changement. Tous ensemble. Nous sommes le changement. I am the change. I am the change. Together we are the change. We are the change. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, coming back to this moment, this space and time, using the breath as a gentle guide. Taking long, slow inhalations with the nose, and exhale, breathing consciously into every fiber of your being. There's no hurry. You can wiggle your fingers and toes, and eventually draw your knees in towards your chest and roll to your right side, or you can hop right back up if you're ready. In Anusara, we always roll to the right side because it's a moment to pause, and it's to the right that Shiva is turning in this gesture of remembrance. As you're ready, eventually using your hands to push yourself back to a seated position, and we'll come to sit with one another for another moment as we bring our asana practice full circle, and we get ready to begin a new beginning off of our yoga mat. So I invite you to sit for a moment. You can keep your eyes closed or soft. Bring the hand, heart center. Pressing the thumbs into your sternum. And as you inhale, lift your heart into your hand. And remember that heart desire, that new beginning. It's just the beginning of a whole year to practice. But it's nice to imagine the ways that we can create beauty and intention on our yoga mat and as we go off. I thank each of you from the bottom of the heart for moving through this practice in a different language, maybe in a new form of yoga for you also. The light within me bows to the light within each and every one of you. Namaste.